What's up, everybody? Time for another one of my homeless adventures. This weekend we're going to head up to an area near Belmont, Arizona. I got drawn for elk this year, and so we're going to start scouting. It is 5:46 p.m. on Friday, May 30th. We are a few miles away from the area that I plan on finding a campsite at. Just entering this area. Lots of logged trees so far, and by that I mean they've chopped them down and they're piled up. Maybe get some video of that later. And currently lots of campers, man. I mean, there's just people camped all around. Some of these look like they're like weekenders or maybe some long-term stuff. Others almost look like it's a homestead. That one right there looks like it's been there for a long time. Heck, there's a porta potty. Did see a sign that says no campfires, so that kind of sucks, but oh well. Anyways, see you at the campsite. So I'm just driving to find a good spot to camp and get back into this area. Looking around, and there's a lot of trees. I want to get up in there. It is 6:14, so I got about an hour and a half of good daylight left. And a sign of it being a semi-good spot. What looks like animal bones, hip bone, backbone. I'm going to wager to say that's elk. There's more of it over there. This is a nice spot, nice area. All right, we got about an hour before sunset, so I'm gonna go walk. Sort of try to get an idea where we're at, what this terrain looks like. There should be some sort of a service road over this way, not too far from here. Unlike Montana elk hunting so far. There's some elk poop right there. Old, but unlike Montana elk hunting, this spot initially doesn't give me the impression that I'm going to be able to get up high and glass something up, because there's just too much tree growth. All right, I've been walking for about 10 minutes, maybe 15. We've come upon our first animal, and there he is. I think it's a dead porcupine. I have never seen a porcupine in the wild before in my life, and he certainly doesn't look alive, but I sure hope he's not pretending, because that would not be fun for either. Oh no, I think I see flies and stuff on him. It doesn't, all I smell is pine. It's like it's just a hide. But yeah, that's a porcupine quill. Wonder what got it. All right, there's a significant hill right here. I'm gonna walk to the top of that and see what can't be seen from up there. So far, I've come across some very old elk tracks in the mud. Just dried up from whenever there was mud out here. Some old elk poop. One dead porcupine, but Nothing live. But as quiet as it is out here, I'm making a ton of noise just walking. These pine cones are crunching under my feet. So there's no way I'm sneaking up on anything right now. All right, my first positive sign here. I'm about, well, truck's right there, 200 yards. And hopefully it'll show up. Clear elk tracks in the dirt. Those are fresh. A few days old tops, I'm gonna guess. Oh, that's a good sign. All right, it is the morning of day 2. It's officially Saturday. And it was pretty cold last night, but I was comfortable. I had plenty of sleeping bags. So, slept really good. Got up before the alarm. And enjoying the stillness of the morning. So, here's camp. A little better view of it. Oh man. My coffee. So my butane canister here looks like it's almost empty. I'm trying to warm up my coffee water, but it's barely got a flame in there. But hopefully it'll get warm enough. We'll see. Saw my first elk, and it turns out to be an antelope. So there's at least 2 of them. I'm gonna see how close I can get. I'm probably 200 yards away from them right now. There's probably more that I don't see, and they're probably going to see me in both, but still see how far we can get. I'm pretty sure that one sees me now. Yeah, he's interested in me. Well, probably got within 150 yards. That was neat. Well, I certainly did not anticipate seeing antelope up here. I honestly didn't know that they were here. But now I know. I tried to get as close as I could to them, just practicing some stalking skills. And I got within, I think, 150 yards. I'm gonna walk over to where they were and measure the distance. But so I'm trying to figure out the tactic for hunting these elk in this area. It's all like brand new to me. I mean, I got a basic idea. Typically when you hunting something, you want to get between its bedding source and its food source. And just based on those antelope, I mean, they're just grazing on this grass. It's all over the place in here. Now there are certain areas that are a little bit more open than others, and I remember up in Montana we would hunt the edges of the tree lines. Not a lot of that down here. There's more like just little open field areas. So maybe somebody can help me out and explain, do I find a good spot and just sit for hours and wait and hope that they come walking by? Or do I do like I'm doing now and slowly walk through the woods until I see something? I mean, those are about the only two options that I can think of, unless I find a good water source and or bedding areas and an area between those two. So far I haven't found anything that looks like a game trail. I don't know that elk even, travel that way. So let me know. Give me a hand. All right. I climbed to the top of this small hill. I was gonna sit down here for a little while, but I might not be alone. There is a very bear den-ish looking crevice right back there. I need to walk around and take a look at that. This is either going to be a boring video or it's about to get real exciting. Alrighty. I don't think there's a bear in there. So we're gonna sit here. Ooh. Well, I see what looks like the opening to a cave, but judging by the blackening of it, it looks like it's been used frequently as a fire pit. And yeah, that's just what it is. Pretty neat. Well, chalk this one up to lessons learned. I finally got to the area where I wanted to spend the afternoon scouting and looking for a camping spot for the night. And I realized that I don't think I got enough butane to make it tonight and tomorrow morning, because I'm making steak tonight because I can't build a fire. So I got to go back into town, so at least I'm going to have an idea how long that's going to take. Anyways, beautiful looking spot. I'm going to definitely be able to use the spotting scope out here. Weather's picking up a little bit. It's getting a little breezy. We'll see how that plays out. But yeah, hopefully I can find a place to camp, up in there. But for now, I gotta head back into town. So it is 12:15 and I'll probably be there. It's probably gonna take me about an hour. So, oh well. And like magic, it is 2:10. We are back where we started about an hour and a half ago. Anyways, there's somebody else's footprints on here, or right here. So I don't know if they're still in there or what. Well, let's go check this area out. All right. Whew. It's 2:30. Oh well, fuck it. So I'm gonna get as high up as that hill as I can. Hopefully be able to overlook a lot of this area here. I got the spotter with me. Let's see what it turns out to be. We're about 3/4 of the way to where I want to get to. Steep hill comes with the territory. Looking forward to those clouds covering the sun for a little bit. It's pretty damn warm. I imagine right now all these elk are in some shady spot. I earned this. And I've said it in previous videos, but I'm going to say it again. These seats from Crazy Creek are worth their weight in gold. And they don't weigh that much. All right, there's no elk. Let's go home. Here's a little horny toad. Been sitting here watching me set up and act like a fool. Let's see if we can't get some better pictures of him. You know, I was going to pick him up and hold him, but fuck it. Let's go let him sit there. Too warm outside to be fucking around with each other, I guess. Back to glassing. I glassed that area for almost an hour, I think. You know, it's a good glassing spot. Didn't see any elk. Just walking to check one other spot right now. This draw. Hopefully we don't bust our ass. All right, just saw about 3, maybe 4 deer, does, muleys. That was pretty neat. Still not the animal we're after, but you know, we're seeing it. Squirrels, pronghorn, deer, dead porcupine. Now we just need the elusive elk. They're out here. Plenty of sign. Nothing that fresh, but you know, might not be the season for them right now in this area. I don't know. All right, spent most of the afternoon glassing and driving around. Lots of trails out here, man. We're gonna camp here tonight, as you can hopefully tell. Beautiful view of that hill over there. I was on the other side of that hill glassing earlier. Sun doesn't set for another 2.5 hours, so I'm gonna go walk through this wooded area here and kind of get a lay of the land, what's out there. Come back here this evening and cook us up a nice, well-deserved steak. So I'm not 100 yards away from the truck, and I heard the ominous sound of thunder in the distance to the south. So the weather report isn't calling for anything, any rain in Flagstaff, which I'm, you know, only about 20 minutes west of. But, you know, the weather's not always accurate. So I look at the weather radar, and there is a significant rain, thunder storm happening south of me right now. And I don't know if you can, again, I don't know how well it shows up on video until I start editing this stuff, but dark, ominous looking clouds that way, and nice bright sunny skies that way. Tonight could be an adventure. We'll see. Look at this. Here's another one. If I remember, I'll come back and get those. They're not far from the truck. Be a neat little memento of the trip. Who knows why they're in this spot. I don't see anything that would necessitate the use of chains like that. Anywho, let's keep walking. All right, just finished setting up the tent and getting a little bit of a rain shower here. Feels good though. Whew. A little bit of a rain shower there. Hopefully that's all that we're gonna get, at least for now. It can rain tonight once I go to bed. And then hopefully the tent works. I don't think I've had this tent out in like serious inclement weather yet. So we'll see. So last night I set up my one-man army tent, and it serves its purpose as a one-man tent, but my sleeping pad, which is a few inches thick, really makes it difficult for a guy my size and with my mobility to get in and out of that thing. It's too low. So we went with our two-man tent today because at least I can sit up in that thing.